Hi friends, welcome to the Agrico family. And here, this is the question. Five questions will be asked. Five questions will be asked. Now you have to just tell whether it is true or whether it is false. And I hope you have already watched the previous classes, so that it will be easy for you to answer the questions. Okay, so these are the questions which is asked from the irrigation efficiency chapter. Okay, so this is the objective question from the irrigation efficiency. So now here we can see that first question is water conveyance efficiency, which is the OWCE. So water conveyance efficiency is the ratio between water delivered to the crop region and water diverted from the reservoir. Whether it is true or false, you just think. So this is the, if I will answer this question, then this will be the false, because I know if this is a source or reservoir and I want to divert this water to the field, these are the crops, then water conveyance efficiency means I have already told water delivered to the field head divided by water, here what I am saying, water diverted from the source. Okay, so this is known as the water conveyance efficiency. Next one is water storage efficiency indicates the uniformity of water distribution. I have already told. So for uniformity of water distribution, there is another parameter which is known as the water distribution efficiency, and this water distribution efficiency will indicate whether the water is uniformly distributed or not. So the answer will be false. Third question, the irrigation efficiency of wild flooding is 85 to 95%. You tell what will be the answer? Here the answer. So if I will say wild flooding is a method of flooding, so here you just remember that in case of method of, if I will say here the method of irrigation, this is also frequently asked in different examinations. What is the method of irrigation, and here what will be the irrigation efficiency in percentage. So you just remember the data. If it is wild flooding, then the efficiency will be very less, 20 to 25%. Okay. So if the method of irrigation will be border method of irrigation, then it will be 50 to 60% irrigation efficiency will be there. If the method of irrigation will be check basin, then the efficiency will be 60 to 65%. If the method of irrigation will be furrow irrigation, or we can say corrugation, which is a modified form of furrow irrigation, which is 65 to 70%. And if it will be sprinkler method of irrigation, then it will be 70 to 85%. If it is drip method of irrigation, then the efficiency will be 85 to 95%. Then it will be 85 to 95%. So you have to remember these are the two important terms, which means what is the method of irrigation and what will be the irrigation efficiency. Okay. That means if the wild flooding, the efficiency will be 85 to 90%. So it is false. So if the right answer is the 20 to 25%. Wild flooding 20 to 25%. So now the next is water application efficiency is a component of project irrigation efficiency. We know project irrigation efficiency in the classes. I have told the project irrigation efficiency. It means what is the formula of project irrigation efficiency? The project irrigation efficiency means water. What is the project irrigation efficiency? tell me, the project efficiency means, you can say here, the average depth of water stored in the root zone divided by water diverted from the source. You know, the project irrigation efficiency means water stored in the root zone divided by water diverted from the source. And you know that this project irrigation efficiency has two components. One is conveyance efficiency and another is application efficiency. So this conveyance efficiency means water delivered to the field divided by water diverted from the source. And this water application efficiency means water stored in the root zone divided by water delivered to the field. So I can say here, yes, the water application efficiency is the component of project irrigation efficiency. Yes, so this is true. So the project irrigation efficiency has the two components. There are two components for project irrigation efficiency. Okay. So the next question is irrigation efficiency of canal irrigation system. Which irrigation? Canal irrigation system. Whether it is 38 to 40% or not. Yes, you just remember. Yes, it is true. So here I want to add some information there. So if I will say the irrigation efficiency of different project. So in India, the average irrigation efficiency is about 20%. In case of world, the average irrigation efficiency is 20 to 40%. And the canal irrigation efficiency, I have told, canal irrigation efficiency means the average will be 38 to 40%. And if we go for the groundwater scheme, so you know that the groundwater scheme, the efficiency will be more, which is about 60%. So in this case, as I have already, so if I want to add some more information, so you just remember here. As I have told, different losses are there during the movement of water. So as I am diverting the water, this is the source, and from the source I am diverting the water to the field. This is the field. So this is the channel. So I can say here, this is the channel. This is the conveyance. This is the channel. So I am diverting the water to the field, and in this water, in this field, the crops are grown. And again, what are the water which is present at the field head? This is the field head. And whatever the water is there, I have to apply those water to the crop root zone. Okay. So this is the basic thing what I have studied in the earlier class. Okay. So what are the losses? So if I will see the losses during this irrigation project, then the first loss will be the storage loss. Storage loss in the reservoir. Then the storage loss about, this is about 10 to 20% will be there, which is the storage loss. Then means this is the storage loss. Here the storage loss will be there. And this will be the conveyance loss. This will be the conveyance loss. This conveyance loss means due to the evaporation loss and due to the seepage loss. Or we can say deep percolation loss. Seepage loss. So basically two main components of the conveyance loss. So the conveyance loss is this will be 25 to 40%. The conveyance loss will be 25 to 40%. Okay. Next one will be the operational loss. Operational loss means operational means different types of operations are there during the cultivation process. There may be we are going for the in case of rice, I am using the water for puddling purpose, yes or no? So this is a one operation, puddling operation. So if your soil is saline, then go for flooding so that the leaching of the salt will be there. So that what will happen? Leaching of salt will be there. Okay. So these are the operational laws. So if your soil is more saline nature, then go for flooding irrigation method. Then whatever the salts are there, they will move down to the soil due to the percolation of water. So these are the operational laws. So this operational laws indicates 10 to 30%. And the most important loss which is present in irrigation system, this is the application loss. This is the application loss. This is the application loss, which is about 45 to 70%. This is the major contribution of the loss, which is the application loss. This is the 47%. And as you have already known, application means how you are applying the water which is present at the head, field head to the crop. How we are applying the water to the crop, which means what method I am applying. This will be decided by the method of irrigation, whether it is wire flooding, whether it is for irrigation, whether it is drip or sprinkler. So based on this, application loss is 45 to 70%. And if I will take all those losses, then my last efficiency will be about 20%, which is the average efficiency of the Indian irrigation project. Okay, so I think you have already understood these things. So if you are liking this channel, please like it, share it and subscribe it.